Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
For over 30 years, Vanguard Outdoors has made the gear that turns a regular hunt into another fine day of field. We know that a good shooting stick or a nice pair of binoculars can make or break your day. Our design teams include serious hunters who work hard to bring you the best sporting optics, shooting sticks, tripods, bags, and more. We are Vanguard Outdoors.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. We're so glad you're here. I'm Jenny Sialik, and we've got a great show headed your way. I'll take you out on Saginaw Bay, where we're going to meet a couple of great kids and their parents, and we'll get some fishing tips from Lance Valentine. You won't want to miss that story. We really got into the walleye out there that afternoon. And Jimmy and Jordan have some other great things headed our way this week.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. I was recently up in the port of Ludington, did a little fishing, and learned more about the Ultimate Salmon Derby. You won't want to miss that story. And we're going to stop in at a local gun club and see what they've been up to help promote conservation with our friends at MUCC. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com.
The Michigan Charter Boat Association has provided education of the Great Lakes fishery for over 52 years. Information about Great Lakes fishing opportunities as well as captain advocacy can be found at michigancharterboats.com. By Network Outdoors, connecting members to share experiences, help grow businesses, and to give back to the outdoor community. Learn more at one of 10 monthly meetups or online at networkoutdoors.com.
Captain Lance, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. What's been happening this summer so far?
Wind, lots of wind. It's been hard to get out, but we've got a little good bite going on here in deep water, 20, 21, 22 feet. So we're going to head out there today, run some jet divers, some offshore tackle tadpoles, some weighted steel, something new that we're doing instead of lead core, get a little less line out than lead core. We'll get out here, we'll get some lines set, fight the wind, and see if we can catch some fish.
All right, who's your first mate today?
I don't know. Some guy named Matt I picked up on the side of the road. I'm not quite. I hope he's a better fisherman than he is a looker. So we'll see what happens. But you know, I can probably train him pretty good. So we'll get him dialed in. All right.
Joining Lance, Matt, and I today were Roger and Marianne Kurzminski and their two boys. I met the family last year during a different shoot for the show.
Well, a little over a year ago, 2 years ago now, I'm not sure. My husband, Mr. Roger Great Lakes Water Beer over here, did an episode with you, and we thought it was inappropriate to have the children on an episode about beer. So we came up with the idea to come out here and go fishing with you and let them do their first fishing charter with Michigan Out of Doors.
Sweet. All right, you guys excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've been waiting for basically this whole week to do this.
Your whole life, right?
Yeah, I've never been on. Well, I kind of have been on TV, but no one's ever interviewed me.
Okay, cool. So tell me your first name and how old you are.
My name is Camden Kurzminski. I am 10 years old. I am going into my first year of middle school.
Nice.
And a fun fact about me fishing is 6 years ago yesterday, I caught my very first fish.
Whoa, what was it?
A bluegill.
Nice.
in my Grandpa Bill's pond.
All right, so you started your fishing career when you were 4.
Yeah.
Nice. Jace,
Yeah.
how old are you?
I am 9 years old.
Yeah, how long have you been fishing?
About the same amount long as Ken, 6 years probably.
All right, cool. What do you like about it?
I like just experiencing finding new fish and learning how to fish from my dad. And I am glad to be here today and be on this fishing charter for Michigan Out of Doors.
Cool. All right, sounds good.
I think there's a lot of things that are important about bringing your kids up in the outdoors. It teaches them to know where food comes from, self-reliance, how to kind of interact with nature and learn from a lot of the lessons that nature can teach. I was a biology major. I spent a lot of my younger days hunting in the woods, fishing on the water, and there's just a lot of great valuable life lessons that being outdoors can teach you, and I try to pass that on to my boys and try to explain to them the interactions of nature and the food webs and how everything works and how it puts food on the table when you really need it to. And I think that's what's the most important lesson that I try to pass down to them.
This has kind of been out here in this open water. These duller, we're using these Berkeley flicker minnows have been kind of our best lures the last couple of years, but we're using these duller finishes. In the shallower water, we're using the brighter, but out here the duller finishes are called HD finishes. They're kind of basically a picture of a fish and put on the lure. So this weighted steel, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna start letting it out. We're at a short little leader, about 25 feet. And you can see this big heavy steel here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get that in the water, and what's really cool is it doesn't tangle like lead core does. And once I get it into the water and get going, I simply turn the reel over and it just pulls itself right out. So it's not going to get tangled. Lead core sometimes has a tendency to kind of catch. And then once I get all the steel out, all I'm going to do is put an offshore board on. We're just going to send it to the side. So I've got 40 feet of steel on this. It's going to go down 10 feet. It would take me 2 colors of lead core or 60 feet of lead core to get to the same depth. So it's a little bit faster, a little bit quicker, less line out, and we're still getting down to the depth that we need to get to. I'm just going to put on an offshore inline planer board. I don't like my boards to release. I like them to stay on. I've got 2 jet divers out here already, so I'm just going to take this weighted steel, let it right straight out the back. I'm just going to kind of let it work its way out over top of both of these jet divers. I like to get those jet divers. They're very easy to get in the water. Get in the water and I can start fishing right away, and then I can just start setting my outside spread around it as opposed to starting from the outside. I only get 1 rod in the water. So I got, Matt and I got 4 rods in the water right now already. All right, so here's what we're looking for. You see how all these planer boards are all kind of in a straight line?
Yep. Yeah.
So if we get a fish on one of these, obviously it's going to weigh a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to fall out of line, and then we're going to let it fall way back behind the boat, and I'm going to give you the rod. We're going to tell you where to stand and how to do it, but that's what we're looking for. So if you want to see a bite, get that nice line, and when anything goes out of line, that means it has a fish on it. This one down here in the corner, so that rod tip is kind of bent a little bit.
Yeah.
Get a fish on, it's going to go way back. That's really going to start to kind of jump a little bit, all right? So that's what we're looking for. So if you see any of that, let me know, and that way we know we got a fish, all right?
All right. Here too?
Same thing over here. If Matt gets his set right, I'm not so sure he's going to be able to get him set right, but he's doing pretty good for a beginner.
All we need is a good luck pretzel.
We got some fish on the graph. Get a good luck pretzel.
The pretzels worked.
You can see that one. See how that one's out of the line there? A lot of jumping though. All right, so you ready? We're just gonna put the rod right there. Put your left hand right there. Pull against your body. And just slow, steady reeling. Keep the rod this way, over there.
So the other night, just to get them prepared, I showed them a video of what a fishing charter was, just so they know how to be involved and where to stand and what not to do. And they had a picture of the fish with the walleye with all the teeth, and I'm like, unlike bass, you definitely do not lip these fish. And he's like, yeah, I see why, Dad. First walleye.
First walleye, sorry. First walleye.
I caught my first one 6 years ago yesterday.
All right.
Yeah, babe.
All right, straight up. Good job, bud. There we go.
That is a nice walleye. Good job. Woo!
Not bad, buddy. Good job.
Sweet, your first walleye. Nice. Camden had his first walleye in the box, and his brother Jace was up next to battle one in. Jace's fish hit on one of the baits that was 60 feet back, so he got a little workout bringing this one in. Feel good?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not tired yet. I'm
Not tired yet.
Don't worry, the afternoon's young.
so far.
There he is. I see him.
Okay, lift straight up. Good job,
Hey.
Good job,
Good
James.
job, buddy.
Good job, man.
That's another good one.
Oh.
Woo, right in the
How was that, man?
I liked it.
Cool.
Did he fight you?
Definitely.
There we go.
There you go.
Let's see. Nice job. Your first walleye ever?
Yeah.
Cool.
I like having the experience of catching the fish and finding unique things about the fish. And I like to go fishing with my dad and my brother. We always have fun when we do that.
Have you caught a walleye before,
I
Marianne?
have not. I have not caught a walleye.
Sweet.
New for me too.
The rod way over here, man. There you go.
Yeah, that's a little harder.
Got a bunch of walleye rookies.
I like it.
I did not grow up fishing. I grew up boating. We had a wonderful boat, and it was a great family vacations, family time for my family. But we didn't do the fishing or parts of it. But so I may have been to Saginaw Bay, but not to fish. Yay!
Yay!
Oh, I can feel it trying to breathe. Oh God, this grosses me out.
Hey, we're doing a TV show. Act up.
Hey, ooh, act up. Ah, it's breathing on me.
All right.
Throw 'em in there.
Calm down. Well, was it all you thought it would be?
Oh, it was everything I dreamed of and more. I just want to get a bigger one next because I think mine was the smallest one so far.
That's all right.
So far.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. We'll get there.
The Kurzminskis are one of those super fun, easygoing families, and after hanging out with them a few times in the past year, I feel like I've known them forever and can give them a hard time like old friends tend to do while fishing.
Keep his head down. Yep, keep the rod tip down. Lift, straight up, Roger, straight up. Got it. Nice job, bud.
Holy!
Holy cow.
Wow,
That's good. All right. Wow.
Well, he doesn't look big when you're holding them.
Yeah, I know.
That's my dad right there.
Or do I put it closer or further away?
Get in here, Lon. Come on back here. Oh, way off. 26. 26.
Whoa.
Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. You're feeling.
There you go.
The biggest question is, have you made any beer from Saginaw Bay?
Not per se from Saginaw Bay, but I have from Lake Huron.
Okay.
And in fact, all 5 Great Lakes.
Nice. Yeah, so Roger, what have been some of your, since we saw you last year, what have been some of your other beer making projects from the waters of different...
Oh, wow. Quite a few of them, actually. I got the opportunity to make water from Woodstock, the music festival in Bethel, New York. So that was a very, very fun project just to see that site. Did one from Little River that flows through the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. I also did one from the source water of Jack Daniel's whiskey. I went down to Lynchburg and right outside the cave spring, collected some water with a good friend of mine, Mike, down in Tennessee, and made a beer out of that one. And I know coming up soon, I have a great friend, Matt. He got me some water from Omaha Beach in Normandy, and I'm going to make a very special beer as a tribute to all the veterans out there and give them a bottle or two if I can, and a couple other ones on the horizon.
It's always interesting to hear of Roger's ideas for his next beer projects. What a great experience out here on Saginaw Bay for the whole family. A lot of first walleyes were caught, and Lance taught both boys how to net fish, too. A very special thank you goes out to Captain Lance Valentine for always showing us his newest tricks of the trade and finding fish for our cameras. It's days like these with old friends and new friends that make Michigan Out of Doors what it is.
Well, in our next story, we're going to hit the port of Ludington and do a little salmon fishing and learn a little bit more about the Ultimate Salmon Derby, a cool thing that you may want to check out this year. Adam, what's the plan here today?
Well, we're taking part in a derby called the Ultimate Fishing Derby, and they're giving away $15,000 every 2 weeks to the largest fish caught. Well, it ends on Friday, tomorrow. So we're just going to go target big fish. We're going to head out of Ludington and up to Big Point Sauble and put down a big fish program. So lots of meat rigs, lots of rotators, fishing fairly deep, and see if we can't stick a big one. So we're hoping.
And how long has this derby been going on?
So this is the first session. So each session is 2 weeks. So you get into the derby, you're in all of the sessions. So it's 10 weeks total, but this is the end of the first 2 weeks. And there's all kinds of prizes. They give away prizes for biggest trout, any species of trout. They give away prizes for a boat division, which is separate from the main derby. And lots of great sponsors involved, and it's just a really cool way to maybe motivate yourself to go fish when you don't have to, at least for us as charters.
And it's lake wide, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's all of Lake Michigan, all sides. So there's way stations in Wisconsin and Illinois, Indiana, in Michigan, up in the UP there's some way stations, and also northern Lake Huron. And with Lake Huron, there's also derby wide. There's a Atlantic division, which is just one prize for the whole 10 weeks. But that kind of encourages the guys up there to get a shot at the Atlantics. We don't tend to catch too many Atlantics here in Ludington.
Today was kind of a cool trip. Adam is a charter boat captain out of Ludington. He had his dad Mike on board today to chase some big fish. His brother-in-law Micah Schmidt, who's also a charter boat captain, was on board with his son Hayden, who can probably outfish all the old guys. So with big fish in mind, every time we had one hit, well, we were sure it was a big money fish. This Ultimate Salmon Derby is a cool new twist this summer, and with up-to-date standings available daily, you kind of know what size fish you need to get in the money. I asked Adam what the plan was for the day as he targets bigger fish.
So we had a lot of north wind, and we fished Monday up here, and the fish were down quite a bit deeper. So we were initially targeting them down deeper, and now we're trying to fish right around 40 foot down, 40 to 50 foot. The two fish that we have caught were both on a spoon, regular cyclonite or moonshine on a 225 copper. But so we're trying to fish a little bit higher in the water column. The water is really cold down deep, so nice little lake trout.
Yeah, and are you running mostly flies?
So we're running meat rigs, quite a few meat rigs. I have one fly out on my side. The chute's got a big rotator with a fly that's really intended just to catch big fish. We're not trying to really catch anything. It's not like a charter setup where you're trying to catch fish the whole time. We're really just targeting on those bigger fish. But the smaller fish will eat the meat rigs as well, apparently today. So I kind of feel, I think Micah agrees too, that everything's about 2 or 3 weeks earlier than it was. We generally get a good push of fish around Memorial Weekend. That really happened like towards the beginning of May. Our water temps are already stacking up, so we have like 60-degree water on the top, and we have a pretty defined thermocline around 60 feet down. So I would think that we'll be around the 4th of July. I think we'll have really solid kingfishing. We've had it off and on this last week, but anytime you get north wind and the water changes and cools down, it really affects the fish. Doesn't concentrate them as much.
I have to say, seeing young Hayden learning to set lines and clean fish, well, it was pretty cool to see. It was also fun to see some family fun fishing from Adam and Micah, who run charters pretty much every day. This new Ultimate Salmon Derby is easy to find online. If you want more info, just Google Ultimate Salmon Derby and see if you want to try your hand at it. We had one giant king on today that broke us off, so I know that there is one $15,000 fish still swimming right here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, in our next story, we're going to spend a little bit of time at a local gun club to see what they've been up to help the Michigan United Conservation Clubs raise a little bit of money so that they can put conservation first and foremost here in our great state.
A week or so back, there was a really fun event at the local gun club here in Grand Haven. So with it being so close to home, I thought I'd swing by and see what was going on.
Today we are at North Ottawa Rod and Gun Club in Grand Haven, Michigan for our inaugural West Side Charity Shoot for MUCC. So we've got people coming up from Grand Rapids, down from the Muskegon area, and just anyone who's in the area within a little bit of an hour drive. People are pouring in and getting ready to shoot today. Today it is going towards our mission to unite citizens to conserve, protect, and enhance Michigan's natural resources and outdoor heritage. So it helps us with our education, our advocacy, our communications, and our habitat programs. Right now in the legislature for our advocacy work, we're actually trying to expand the Youth Mentor License program for those who have developmental disabilities or handicaps to be able to hunt farther into that program and not have their outdoor heritage end at the age of 9. Our summer camp and our education program is up and running. We have students there right now this week, down there learning their own outdoor heritage, shooting 22s, archery, paddling, fishing, all the great things in the outdoors. And then our habitat program, we've had over 15 events so far around the state on public land, improving habitat and making sure that we have great access to those areas. And then also our June issue of our magazine just came out. So if you're a member of MUCC, you should have that magazine in your inbox or your mailbox, and then you can also get digital access online.
MUCC does a lot here in Michigan, and events like this help them keep moving forward to represent gun clubs and sportsmen and women all around the state. Plus, these events are just a lot of fun to be a part of.
Pull!
Sporting clays are a great time, and this course had its fair share of challenging targets for sure.
Pull! Nice. Good hits. Here we go. Pull!
It is really important to have representation in Lansing when it comes to the outdoors, and we are lucky to have lots of good people that are working hard to support sportsmen and all things outdoors here in our state. I ran down Amy Trotter, the head honcho of MUCC, while she was shooting the course.
Yeah, so Amy, tell me some of the stuff you guys are working on these days.
Well, we are working on a mentored hunt right now in the legislature. This bill would actually allow for a hunter with special needs, cognitive disabilities, unable to pass a hunter safety test, actually to continue to hunt after the mentored youth, after the apprentice license completes. They get to continue to hunt with a mentor. And this is a special piece of legislation. It actually passed unanimously through the House of Representatives, and we're getting hopefully to take it up in the Senate soon.
Okay. So that's just one of the many things on your plate these days.
That's just one of the many things. Right now, we're kicking off youth camp season, so we've got a full staff and a full camp for the summer down in Chelsea.
Nice.
They are so excited. We have some new kayaks. We're doing hunter safety for all of those kids as well. And just, it's a great opportunity to get kids in the outdoors, to teach them about conservation and to give them the skills that are going to last them a lifetime.
Awesome. And how important are days like today? I mean, you're having fun, but you're also, this is important, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Our charity shoot is a chance really for our members, our donors, and our staff to get together and celebrate the cause of conservation. So it's a great opportunity to network, to get to know each other, and have fun doing it.
It was a really fun day, and there was some good shooters here as well. And a few of the targets, though, did trick many a shooter, but they did have some pros on hand to give a few tips.
And the biggest fundamental that I can tell anyone that shoots a shotgun at a moving target is focus on the front leading edge. Whether it's a bird's beak or eye in the direction it's flying, that gives you the information on where to put that shot pattern in front of the actual target or the bird so it intercepts it and makes the hit.
Gotcha. And you never really miss in front of them very often, do you?
No, usually miss behind.
Special thanks to the North Ottawa Rod and Gun Club for hosting the day, and special thanks to MUCC and their staff, their clubs, and their members for helping to keep the cause of conservation front and center right here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Thank you so much for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. As always, Jimmy, Jordan, and I are out in the woods and on the water all across our great state, gathering footage to bring you new stories. If you'd like to see some of the inside scoop on that, where we are, where we're headed next, or just to shoot us a message, you can always do that online.
Well, that's right, Jenny. Online is a good way to kind of keep track of us. You can do that through our website, our social media platforms, as well as YouTube. Lots of places you can be checking us out. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Network Outdoors, connecting members to share experiences, help grow businesses, and to give back to the outdoor community. Learn more at one of 10 monthly meetups or online at networkoutdoors.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO-2-ALTA.
Closed captioning brought to you by Double E Ranch Foundation, a nonprofit 501c3 foundation working to make hunting and fishing accessible for those with disabilities.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love